Aloha, I'm Felicia Miller Johnson, and I conduct work life video interviews with career professionals that become an all intuitive conversation. Aloha, and welcome to another episode of All Intuitive Conversation. I'm Felicia Miller Johnson, and I connect with my guests through Sekhem Energy, with the hopes of encouraging individuals to live smart and ascend to new levels of success in their work and their life. Today, I have the pleasure of connecting with Stephanie today. So let's add her to the screen. Aloha, Stephanie.
Aloha, Felicia.
How are you?
I am great. I'm a little nervous in a good way, like an excitement nervous about being your guest.
Well, the show is called Awe Intuitive
Yes, I
Conversation.
know, and I'm already feeling the awe.
Well, I just want to connect with you and tap into your energy, all in the hopes, like I said, for us to be encouraged to live smart and ascend to new levels of success. And that is all about having a conversation with you to learn more about who Stephanie is. So, but first, the thing that's really resonating already that I just cannot ignore at this point is this beautiful picture of this elephant behind you.
Mhm.
Um, Tell me about you acquiring this picture. What's the story behind this elephant?
Well, it actually was for my bonus daughter's room. So I eloped 2 years ago in 2020, and we were putting together what would be her room 50% of the time.
Hmm.
And I saw the elephant, but what I really loved were the words, which is freedom, truth, and love. It's
It does
probably
say love at the
inverted.
bottom, doesn't it?
And I more recently have been focused on, in this second half of my life, living more free from fears, my past fears in particular, um, seeking the truth of who I am, that authentic, true me, and then being loving towards that authentic self. I'm still working on some parts that I working on integrating and bringing into the fold, and doing it through love, and not living my life and making work life decisions out of fear, which I believe was a lot of the first half of my life. And I literally say half because I'm 55. So
Mm,
I can
okay.
literally claim that, that I'm in the second half physically on this planet. I just want to live differently and live through love, the truth of who I am, not pretending to be something else, somebody else, and be free, feel that freedom of choice. And I can be me in this world. And I'm on
Right.
that journey right now, actually. And I just bumped up against a fear this week. Maybe it'll come out in your cards.
Hmm.
But I have to remind myself that there are choices, there's other ways to see things live, and I don't need to be um, fearful and jump back into some of those patterns that I learned early on in my life.
Hmm.
So, how did the elephant get to me? So, bonus daughter is in college now and did not bring elephant to her dorm room. And so I asked if I could have the elephant to keep me company in my study, and she said yes.
Oh, well, it is beautiful. And of course, it's interesting because at first I didn't even see the words, I just saw the elephant. But the fact that it says love and the fact that divine timing, we were talking about this, is
Yeah.
that usually it's just wait, but it's just divine timing that you and I were going to talk today, which is Valentine's Day, which is so symbolic of what individuals say is love. And
Mhm.
interesting, the first card that came out here was this woman. She's got the Nine of Pentacles. She's got the coins, looking elegant. Of course, she's in her little red and gold dress. And it says, enjoying the fruits of your labors, hard work that has led to a luxurious life, buying yourself something special, happily and
Mhm.
successfully self employed, enjoying your solitude. And as you were sharing, when you're talking about the love and the transition in your life, it was like, okay, like she's enjoying her life and the things that you have, going
Mhm.
for yourself. But then the next one that came out was the Six of Swords. And this is when you start talking about the challenges and the freedom that you are going to escape this old life, so to speak, past,
Mm-hmm.
and going into something new. And it says the end of challenging times. Things are looking up. A welcome relief, finding your way to a peaceful place, the end of depression or an illness, travel or relocation. So it sounded very similar to, the things that you were sharing. So when you were talking about the challenges and your life from before, if you were to wrap it up in 2 words, how would you describe it? What would be the 2 words that you would use?
The experience or the fear?
The experience.
The experience. Um, Uncertain environment or uncertain climates,
Mm-hmm.
lots of uncertainty. Um, what was going
Trigger
to happen next, kind of feeling.
trigger statement that came out in this card says, "I don't want to be here."
Yeah. I didn't want to be in an alcoholic home, although I do believe I picked it as a soul, right? We pick what we come down to be a part of. But I could not wait to leave. Like I was going to manifest going to college and leaving that
Mm-hmm.
area as quickly as I could. And I did manifest it, which is beautiful. And I moved halfway across the country, but that was how I knew to create boundaries. I really didn't
Mm-hmm.
know how to interpersonally create boundaries. So I put physical distance between myself and that environment, and kind of lived far away for a really long time. From kind of the family that I grew up with. But
Did,
I felt out of place. Like I wasn't in the club, so to speak, that I was the odd one out in the
hmm.
family. And then I think I started to claim that,
Mm-hmm.
that little odd black sheep persona, whatever,
Yes. Yes.
and leaned into that for a while. And now I'm since kind of reconnecting in this second half and realizing I can learn how to create boundaries and it doesn't have to be such a physical distance.
Mm-hmm.
My own healing, I guess.
Well, like I said, it was a choke. Like I said, the traveling, separation, leaving the trauma, drama,
Mm-hmm.
fire behind, but moving on to something else. But then, like I said, the theme here was you were empowered. The trigger
Yes.
was, I don't want to be here. But then you traveled to somewhere where to the true statement says, I am exactly where I need to be. And it says, you are ready to allow the energy from the divine and Mother Earth to fuel you as you fulfill your potential here.
Mm.
So, tell me a little bit about what it is that you do. How are you serving
Mm-hmm.
today in the world?
Well, today, so I left a 35-year career in corporate learning and development,
Hmm.
human resources, org development in 2020. And I am now venturing on my own. So there's some uncertainty here. That's definitely the triggering moment where I don't have that safety net, so to speak, of the company. Yep.
Yes. Theme
And
says opportunity, trigger. I doubt it. Keep going.
yes. So I my work right now is I'm an energy healer. I am an intuitive coach. I love to teach. So I actually do write programs and I want to help people become more authentic. Like I am learning to become authentic or live smart, as you say.
Yes.
And I feel really compelled to do this. I get very, very nervous about the entrepreneurial part of it.
Hmm.
And then I go into a cycle of doubt, which happened this week. And then I have to counteract it with faith. And so I realize I love the freedom of not being in that structure any longer, but it did give me a sense of security. And I'm really working through this one like real time,
Well, I,
to figure out how to meet my commitments. I
yep.
have teenage twins, and My mom lives with me, my 84-year-old mom, and, just keeping the house running, but also doing my thing and trusting that doing my thing that everything will work out.
Like I said, the very first card,
Yeah.
going back here in the Nine of Coins, which is talking about the money and earthly. But like I said, it says happily and successfully self-employed, enjoying your
Mm-hmm.
solitude in the sense of, as you're saying, the freedom and
Yeah.
working for yourself. But then, like you said, trigger statement, I doubt it. True statement, there is hope. It says, with fresh eyes, see the potential within this situation. So when you're talking about that doubt, what did the doubt look like for you? Was it a voice? Was it like you were doing something particular? Like, how did it show up?
The doubt, it usually starts in my body. I almost always feel emotions in my body first. And so I'll start to get a little tightening in the stomach area above the belly button, which is solar plexus. Like I'll start to go,
Yes.
and then I'll want to hop into action, but action from the original first half. So the very stuff I want to run away from, I start gravitating towards, and then that's my signal to go, whoa, 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 whoa. You are about to, like, I'll just go and want to apply for a bunch of jobs.
Mm.
Because that's what I
Mm-hmm.
know. And that's what I knew from my first half. And
Mm-hmm.
so I have to pause and say, wait, that's not how you want to do this.
Yes.
So where would you look? And then I'll usually reach out to a client or someone just in a positive way to get back into service energy. Because when I get back into service energy, then I remind myself of why I want to do things the way I want to do it. And I also want the flexibility because I do have my juniors in high school twins and 84-year-old mom, and I need flexibility with all of that caretaking, which I actually am enjoying that
Mm-hmm.
flexibility, but it's very, very different than how I would work before. So yeah, the
Well,
doubt comes
you
in the stomach first, or solar. Yeah.
well, it's interesting because the next card that came out again was another elegant woman holding a coin near her stomach, solar
Mm-hmm.
plexus area. And I'm going to read to you what it says. It says, the elegantly dressed woman on this card sits on a beautiful chair holding a bright gold coin. When the card comes upright in a woman's reading, it may refer to her directly into a successful endeavor regarding her own finances or health. This card also signals a woman of support or assistance regarding these issues. She may give you financial advice or connect you with someone who does. This woman may be someone you met where you make your money, or it may be a woman of wealth and value. Either way, this card is telling you to be on the lookout for helpful assistance or even the possibility of new love or friendship, which again, Valentine's Day and this money
Mm-hmm.
thing, connected to a woman of wealth or business. So, definitely getting the energetic vibe of continue to love what you do,
Mm-hmm.
and that the opportunity and the coins are going to come. Like it's in your energetic field, and even when the times where you may get scared, like the little black cat here,
Yeah.
um, no, black cats, nothing to be afraid of. Like you are doing just fine with
Mm-hmm.
that. So you talked about energy, and I love the fact that you're saying that how you're doing this real time. It's not coming as like I have it all figured out at all times. I know what I'm doing, but rather you're living out this
Yes.
process continually. So with this, tell me about that moment when you decided to become an energetic coach.
Hmm. Well, I think I have always had some energetic gifts. I've been empathic my whole life. I remember being overwhelmed in family gatherings when lots of emotion was going on, all kinds of emotions. And I would end up the
Yes.
day just crying. from the overflow. And so it was a
Right.
part of me I didn't really understand. And I think I kind of boxed it up over here because in my business learning, they were like, you don't cry at work and you
Mm,
don't express that way and you're being dramatic. And I got feedback that was like, okay, tone it down. This is too
mm-hmm.
much. So I did. And then I realized, but part of my authentic self is that feeling empath, energetic person. And it's time to allow that person to be out of the box, but learn how to work with it. Like I tend to go on or off, right? Box it up, or I'm overly dramatic. And what I want to learn is like, how do I just live this way without it being these big swings? Again, real time processing here of it can be in the middle lane. It doesn't have to be the slow lane or the fast lane. It can be, and that's something I'm really exploring with my own energy, my own emotions. And I believe emotions are energy, they're one and the
Yes.
same. So, and you have emotions in your SMART framework. And I'm thinking, so some of this is learning how to live. I almost think of it as in full color, high
Mm,
definition, full color world versus kind of a tamped down, muted world, which I felt like was my first half. And now I want to live in like technicolor, which means I have to feel things and I have to experience things. So
yes.
for me, I started heal me first, really. And then I got so much out of it that I thought, I want to help others. I want to help others with this peace, because I'm sure I'm not the only person who kind of boxed up their emotions for a big part of their life.
Yes. Well, definitely explain. The next card that came out here was about release.
Mm-hmm.
And it is about transformation and change. And it says endings that lead to new beginnings, the need to release situations or people that hold you back, spiritual transformation.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, you realize it's something that I've always had, but then transformation moment, like embracing
Mm-hmm.
more of this, right? So in
And
your
learning not to escape when it got too intense.
um
So
that
food,
part.
alcohol, ways like when I just couldn't handle it, is like, okay, well then just
Hmm.
numb out. And
Yeah.
so working on that too, again, it's another part of life. Like that is not the way to manage. It's just hiding, it's numbing out, it's escaping, which is another part of maybe that earlier boat card. Like I'm just
Yes.
gonna escape the
You wanna
situation right now.
you wanna
Um,
escape, yes.
it's the boat, right? Like, just get me out of here. This is too intense. And so realizing with this, I got to stay in it. I have to stay in it. I can't, escape, take myself out of it. I have to work through it, I
Mm,
guess. And that's one of the learnings that I have, is working through it, not hiding from it, not escaping it,
mhm.
working through it. And I know that what I'm working on is the trust that I will get through it.
Yes.
It'll be fine, and I will learn something and maybe be able to help others with something similar. So
Yes.
it's all, part of this. But it is that moment of trust in self that it won't overtake me. It won't debilitate me. I have
Mhm.
enough in me to work through the energy or work through the intense emotions. I will get to the other side. And so when I feel that doubt, that's when I have to bring faith back in,
Mhm.
because that's, I think, for me, maybe for more than just me, but faith helps with the doubt.
Yes. Okay. So, loving that because I was you kept saying the word faith, which is coming up,
Mhm.
which is this card that's coming up, which is about the scripture from Psalms 24. It says, "May the Lord give you the desires of your heart, and make all your plans succeed."
Mm,
The fact that once again we're talking about this heart, this loving
yeah.
energy, with that. So Psalms 20 and 4, being led to go a little further with you in regard to that as you're talking about this whole challenge. Mhm. So being encouraged. So overall, the Psalms 20 talks about before a battle, for a favorable verdict in court, and for heavenly blessings. So, guidance talks about before entering the tub or shower, repeat the psalm, and while bathing, concentrate on verse 5, which says, "We will rejoice in thy salvation. In the name of our God, we will set up our banners. The Lord fulfill all thy petitions. Be assured that blessings will be plentiful."
Mhm.
So, maybe just feeling encouraged that next time, also as that doubt comes up, um,
Mhm.
just going toward that Psalms 20 and focusing on verses 4 and um,
Beautiful.
5 as you're kind of just rinsing. But like I said, because clearly you're navigating all the various waters, but
Mhm.
the energy is definitely encouraged that you're a woman of elegance and finances. Nothing to really continue to worry about that. Continue to
Mhm.
do the work that you enjoy and love. And as he says, may he give you the desires of your heart
Mm.
and all of your plans succeed.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
You're amazing. So, if people are like, yes, I want to connect and work with Stephanie, how can they reach you?
My website, it's positivechangeacceleration.com. So www.positivechangeacceleration.com. Stephanie O'Connell. I would love to work with people.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
allowing me
you, Felicia, for
to
this beautiful
connect.
reading. Oh my gosh, so timely for me. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And thank you for those that are watching. I do hope that you are encouraged to live smart and ascend to new levels of success. If you're interested in being a guest, reach out to me at allintuitiveconversation.com. And until the next episode, this has been All Intuitive Conversation.